I would like to thank one of my Twitter followers, Bill Dixon, for tagging me in this post. Now, when I looked at this guy right here, I said he looks awfully familiar. Now, I might be able to forget names at times, but I never forget a face. And I feel like I've spoken on this guy before because he looks awfully familiar. But anyway, this guy's name is Jonathan West. I was about to call him by the name of the city that he's from. But his name is Jonathan West, and he's a 27-year-old perv. I can't even call this person a human being for the shit that they did. But anyway, he just recently got sentenced to 65 years in prison after pleading guilty to sexual abuse of 13 boys. Now, this guy is was a gymnastics coach, and they said the boys were mostly under the age of like 13. Like, they were minors. And some of these boys range from boys that he was the coach for, or boys that he was not coaching. So this guy just has a fetish for young boys. Are we surprised? No, we are not. How many stories have we heard over the years where the palm-colored male is literally always putting their hands and other things in places where they shouldn't be when it comes to minors, whether it is a boy or a girl? I mean, the Catholic Church is notorious for that. They have a staunch history behind that. But let me go ahead and read this article because it goes into details of what he got, how many years he got, and what added up to him getting the years. Basically, it breaks down all the charges. A Jefferson Parish judge on Monday, April 15th, sentenced former gymnastics coach Jonathan West of Kenner to 65 years in prison after West admitted he had sexually exploited 13 boys under his care. West, age 27, pleaded guilty as charged to the offenses outlined in a 24-count bill of information. The victims were between the ages of 8 and 15 when the abuse happened, beginning in 2015 and ending with his arrest on May 31st, 2018. With half the courtroom's gallery filled with victims and their families, West pleaded to 9 counts of indecent behavior with juveniles, 1 count of indecent behavior with a juvenile under age 13, 8 counts of sexual battery, 2 counts of oral sexual battery, 3 counts of sexual battery with a child under 13, and 1 count of computer solicitation of a minor under age 13, which is basically child pornography. His sentences were 65 years for each of the sexual battery of juveniles under age 13, 25 years for the indecent behavior with a juvenile under age 13, 20 years for the computer solicitation of a minor under 13, 10 years for each of the sexual battery counts, 10 years for each of the oral sexual battery counts, and 7 years for each of the indecent behavior with juvenile counts. Now, when you break all of that down, this is a guy right here whose white privilege did not work in his favor, because had it, he would have been able to walk away from this. How many palm-colored males have gotten away with this kind of behavior and still are? But he probably thought him pleading guilty was going to get him a plea deal, but it just got him 65 years. Now, mind you, he's 27 now. If they keep his ass locked up for the long amount of time and they don't let him out on so-called good behavior, he'll be lucky if he even gets out alive. 65 years is a long time for someone who's 27 now. That means they will be damn near 90. He will be damn near 90 by the time he gets out of jail. Honestly, yeah, he'll be damn near 90, if not 90. Judge Stephen Enright of the 24th Judicial District Court ran the sentences concurrently for a total of 65 years. Judge Enright also ordered that West be electronically monitored and to register as a sex offender for the remainder of his life, should he ever be released from prison. They even don't believe he's gonna make it out. The judge additionally ordered that any of West's electronic equipment used in the computer solicitation offense be seized and auctioned. The judge heard impact statements from 9 people, including 6 mothers of the victims who knew West as Johnny. West worked as a gymnastics and cheerleading coach at business at Metairie Kenner in St. Charles Parish. In some cases, he molested the victims while driving them to the gyms. In some cases, West told the victims that his actions would make them better at gymnastics. Following West's arrest, which was publicized in local news reports, more victims came forward, telling police they were too abused. I hope. Well, you know what? They might as well just take all that into consideration, considering he has all of this stuff against him, and they have all the proof that they need. They have all the stuff on his computer. I'm sure there might be some DNA evidence scattered around somewhere that they got that linked back to him and to the victim. This is a sick ass individual, but he's going to the right place. I'm glad they're not saying, oh, he needs to be rehabilitated and send him to some kind of center where he can probably pray all of this away. No, they're sending his ass exactly where he needs to be. And I hope they put him in Gen Pop, and then they will do with him what they please. Because they do not like rapists, but they definitely do not like child molesters and pedophiles. So he, in my opinion, is getting exactly what he deserves. Finally, they actually get one right. They need to get some more. Y'all let me know what you think about this down in the comments, and I'll talk to you in the next one.